Hello everyone. So now we are going to discuss for the topic 1, number system for the second part, which is the number line. The set of number that correspond to all the points on the number line is called the set of real number. So inside the real number, we have what we call the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers. The real numbers on the number lines are ordered in increasing magnitude from the left to the right, meaning that for the left hand side, the number is smaller than the right hand side. For example, for the numbers negative 3.5, the location is on the left because it's a negative. Left for the 0. And followed by 2/3. It is a positive numbers. So the location will be on the right of the 0. And pi. Pi basically is 22/7. It is a fraction or decimal. So the location will be on the right of the 0. So from here we can see that the numbers can be shown on the real number line as below. All set of real number can be written in the form of interval as shown in the following tables. So now we have the first one, type of interval. So here A, we have a closed interval. So what does it mean by closed interval? So we'll show you some example for the interval notations. So for the closed interval, for the interval notation, the symbol will be a open bracket, A, followed by B, and finally end up with a closed bracket. So it shows that for the inequality notation, the value for A is included and the value for B also included. So here we will have an equal sign. So for the number line representation, so if the number is equal or we say included, normally we will represent it with a dense circle. Okay, B we will also represent with a dense circle, and then finally we will connect the dense circle with a line. So that is the way how we represent the interval for the number line. Next we are going to discuss the open interval. Okay, open interval. The example for interval notation, it will be a left parenthesis followed by A and B, then we have a right parenthesis. So in this case, the number for A and B is not included. So as you can see, for the inequality notation, there is no equal sign, okay, for the A and B. So for the number line representation, if there is not equal signs or the number A and B is not included, we will represent it with an empty circle for A and empty circle for B. Then finally, we connect the circle with a line. So this is an example for open interval. Now we are going to look for C. We have a half open interval. So what is the example for interval notations? So for this case, we are going to use the left parenthesis for A, and B we will end up with a right bracket or close bracket. So in this case, A, the value for A is not included and the value for B is included. So in here refers to the inequalities notation. Here we have equal signs. So in here we are going to represent the numbers in the number line, the interval in the number line. So here the A is not included, so we represent it with an empty circle. And refers to the B, the value for B is included, so we represent them in a dense circle. So finally, you have to connect the circle with a line. So that is the interval. Another example for half open interval, you have to refer to D. So now I'm going to interchange, okay? So I'm going to start with the left bracket, okay? Left bracket for the value A, and then followed by B. This time, the B, we have to close up with a right parenthesis. Okay, so for this case, the value of A is included, but not for B. So kindly refer to the inequalities notation. A is included and B is not included. So since A is included, so we are going to represent it with a then circle, but not for B. So we are going to use an empty circle. So finally, you have to connect the line. So here we have the interval. So now we are going to continue our discussion for the example E. This is an open interval, okay, open interval. So when it is an open interval, meaning that there is not included, the value is not included. So here we have the example. So the value started from A, where A is not included, okay, and then we will have a number until infinity, okay. So for the set notation, where x must be greater than A. So in here, A is not included, so we represent it with an empty circle. Then we have a line until the infinity. That is an arrow. Okay, so for F, half open interval, half open. Okay, so here we have another example, half open. So here we have a left bracket, okay, started with a value A. So where the value A is included until the end, or we said the infinity. So refer to the set notation, x is greater and equals to A. So in here, A is included, so we represent it as a then circle, and then to the right with an arrow, meaning that until infinity. So kindly refer G, we have an open interval. Okay, another example. So now we can refer x is less than A. X is less than A. So where A is not included, so now we are going to the left hand side. So we represent the value, okay, empty circle, and then towards the left with an arrow until infinity. So finally, we have a H, half open interval, half open. Okay, so in here, x is less than or equal to A. So in this case, A is included, so we denoted or we represent it as a then circle, and then towards the left with an arrow, meaning that towards infinity. So take notes. An empty circle, okay, and the parenthesis, this is what we call a parenthesis, indicates that the end point is not in the interval, meaning that the value is not included, not equal. A then circle and the bracket, this is what we call a bracket, okay, indicates that the end point is in the interval, meaning that if you saw, okay, if you see the then circle or the bracket, meaning that the value is included. So here we are. Thanks for watching.